What if all of humanity farted at the same time? Before you start reading this absurd yet oddly scientific scenario, make sure to subscribe, because after this you'll never trust beans again. Chapter 1. The event. It's noon. Not just in your city, not just in your country, but across the globe, synchronized by satellites, atomic clocks, and a suspicious number of burritos. At 12 o'clock Greenwich Mean Time, humanity takes a collective breath. And then it happens. 8 billion people of all ages, shapes, and diets simultaneously unleash the most democratic of bodily functions. The sound is indescribable. Imagine thunder rolling across the sky, but warmer, wetter, and far more personal. It begins as a low rumble, builds into a worldwide roar, and finally fades into awkward silence. For one brief moment, Earth itself seems to laugh. Chapter 2. The science of flatulence. The chemistry. A human fart is mostly nitrogen, hydrogen, carbon dioxide, and oxygen, with a small but mighty contribution from methane and hydrogen sulfide, the true villains behind the smell. Average fart volume, 0.09 liters. Average methane per fart, 0.03 to 0.1 grams. Total farts in event, minus 8 billion. Result, nearly 400,000 tons of methane suddenly released into the air. The acoustics. A single fart averages 94 decibels. If 8 billion occur simultaneously, the sound pressure could reach an equivalent of 170 to 180 dB, similar to a volcanic eruption or a rocket launch at close range. Translation: it wouldn't just be funny. It would be loud enough to hurt. Chapter 3. The immediate effects. Animals, dogs, lose their minds. Half bark in confusion, half join in. Cats pretend nothing happened, but will write poetry about it later. Birds scatter from the skies in absolute panic. Whales, confused, but impressed by the resonance.
Humans.
The reactions vary by culture. In Japan, people bow politely and pretend nothing happened. In Italy, grandmothers cross themselves and blame demons. In the US, TikTok fills with remixes before the echo fades. In Russia, someone immediately raises a toast, Za Zdorovi, to world unity. Chapter 4. Global consequences. Politics. Every government scrambles to issue a statement. The US, this is a freedom fart. The EU, we must regulate methane emissions, even biological ones. North Korea, our dear leader's fart was the loudest. The economy, the stock markets collapse for an hour, then rebound. Febreze shares skyrocket. Taco Bell launches a new ad campaign. We told you so. Science. Meteorologists are baffled by sudden atmospheric spikes. NASA briefly wonders if Earth's orbit shifted. Spoiler, it didn't. Seismologists file reports titled, Unusual Global Acoustic Resonance, Cause Unknown. Chapter 5. Cultural shockwaves. Religion. Some call it divine comedy. Others claim it was the world's great cleansing. A new cult forms around the sacred bean. Philosophy. Professor's lecture. At the core, we are united not by thought, but by biology. A new branch of philosophy emerges. Gastroexistentialism. Art. Musicians remix the sound into symphonies. Painters immortalize the great global fart in surreal landscapes. Sculptors cast giant bronze beans as symbols of world peace. Chapter 6. The alien perspective. Somewhere in the galaxy, alien scientists detect a sudden spike in methane and acoustic waves from Earth. Their report reads, Species 3-21b human. Status. Coordinated emission of digestive gases. Potentially dangerous. Possibly insane. One alien argues Earth is unworthy of contact. Another insists this is proof of high intelligence. A third suggests the humans are attempting to communicate via fart Morse code. Chapter 7. A decade later, the event becomes history. Textbooks call it the Great Emission. Annual celebrations emerge. People eat beans and remember the day. Documentaries are made, narrated by Morgan Freeman. For one brief moment, humanity was united. In schools, children memorize the date like we memorize 9/11 or the moon landing. Statues of beans appear in major cities. The UN redesigns its flag to include a subtle swirl. Chapter 8. The legacy. Was it childish? Yes. Was it embarrassing? Absolutely. But for once, the entire species did something together. No wars. No debichens. Just one loud, ridiculous, and very human sound. Perhaps this is how peace begins, not with treaties, but with tacos. If you enjoyed this absurd deep dive, don't forget to subscribe because next time we'll ask, what if humanity sneezed at the same time?